Let me tell you about myself. So, my name is Dr. Suhas Kshirsagar. I'll put my visiting cards here for you to take a look at my name, which is a little bit complicated. It's Kshirsagar, and I tell people that you have to do yoga with your tongue to pronounce my name correctly. And I was born and brought up in India, and I lived in the western part of India in a city called Pune. And I was born and brought up in a traditional Vedic family, and I was initiated at the age of 8 in some of the Rigvedic lineage. I did go to finish my basic schooling and went to an Ayurvedic medical college. I did my 6.5-year basic graduation in Bachelor's of Ayurvedic Medicine and Surgery from Pune University. Later, I did a 3-year MD in Ayurvedic internal medicine, and I did my PhD in Ayurvedic internal medicine as well. And I was awarded gold medal for my thesis on Ayurvedic medicine. So I was living and practicing in that part of the world, and my wife, Dr. Suhas Kshirsagar, she is also an Ayurvedic physician. We met there, we got married, we had our son at that time, and around 1990 I was invited by His Holiness Maharshi Mahesh Yogi to come to Holland and to help him structure some of the Ayurvedic programs that he's trying to set around the world. And he wanted some young Ayurvedic couples who are from traditional Vedic family to come and help him on this new project what he was undertaking. So by that time, TM was a very popular buzzword everywhere, and everybody was learning transcendental meditation. And it happened that I left my country and went to Europe, and I started working with and for His Holiness Maharshi Mahesh Yogi for many years. Actually, that was one of the most enriching experience of my life, where I was a traditional Indian person who never spoke English, who never sat in an airplane until that 26, 27, 28 years of age, and then suddenly was in the middle of European countries where I was traveling, going to different places. And it was good where I was in Europe, because it doesn't matter how I spoke English, because they didn't understand anyway. So there was someone to translate it, whether I was in France or Sweden or Norway or something like that. So it was a very good experience, because I was able to apply the philosophy and the basis of Ayurveda into this. And I was training physicians, I was training doctors, starting up clinics, designing courses, curriculum. We had a European university there. We had a beautiful Panchakarma clinic in Holland. So I lived in Europe for about first 6 years, and then I was in South America for a couple of years. I was in Southeast Asia. I was in Middle East, in Israel and Lebanon, and certain countries. I was in mostly in Hong Kong, South Korea, Singapore, Malaysia, those areas. And I was in Brazil and Peru, Chile, Uruguay. I traveled about 39 different countries in about a span of 10 years. So we lived out of suitcases. Every 3 months you are in a different place. You go and talk to people, teach some classes, do some courses, help them set up some clinics, see some clients, and then move on and go to a next place. And I did that almost a gypsy-like lifestyle until 99. And 99 I came to US, and even when I came to US, I was working for His Holiness Maharshi Mahesh Yogi, where I was the director of one of the most lavish Panchakarma clinics in this country, which is called as the Raj in Fairfield, Iowa. If you look it up on the web, something called as the Raj, and it's like a 5-star hotel, and all of these Hollywood celebrities used to come in their private jets to receive Panchakarma. And it's a very fancy place, and I was a professor at the university teaching Vedic medicine, and I was the chairman for Maharshi College of Vedic Medicine, mostly meant for physicians, teaching physicians Ayurvedic medicine. I lived almost all over the country at that time. I was traveling quite a bit, seeing clients, starting up schools and everything like that. I was in Boston area, New Hampshire, Atlanta, Albuquerque. Then I moved to Seattle to head the Ayurvedic medicine department in Bastyr University. It's one of the most reputed naturopathic school there. And we were teaching Ayurvedic medicine there. But somehow the weather in Seattle didn't suit me that much. And then I moved to Hawaii, where I had a beautiful Panchakarma center in Kauai, which is right on the ocean. beautiful in the North Shore of Kauai. And we had Kauai Center for Holistic Medicine with me and my colleague, Dr. Tom Urima. We were running an integrative wellness clinics, and it was a nice, busy practice. And about 3-4 years later, the kids were growing up, and we got a little bit of a rock fever, where they call it that you get bored on the island a little bit. So, and I formulated a drink called as Zri. Have you heard of it? Zri is an Ayurvedic drink which is very popular now. And so I formulated that drink, and I was coming here to give classes and courses quite often. So it was so difficult to commute from the island. So we decided to move to the mainland. And that's when about 3.5 years ago, we moved to the mainland and wanted to move to an area which is not in the urban area. So we decided and choose Santa Cruz, which is the weirdest little place probably. And they believe in anything and everything up there, so it was good for me to be in that place probably. And it's nice, ocean, green, mountains, and it's still very close to everything else what we wanted to do. And I became the director for Kerala Ayurveda at that time. I knew most of these people. This is a very old company. It's a 60-year-old company which existed in that part of India. They wanted to expand their educational offerings, products, services to United States, and they were looking for someone who would be able to direct some of these operations, and I was able to do that. I'm still doing it for last 3 years. We have 3 clinics, one in Seattle, one in Aptos, one in Foster City. We have schools in almost all the major cities in US. We have a school in New York, in Phoenix, in San Diego, in LA, in Seattle, in Foster City. And all of these locations, we have probably one of the most reputed long-distance program in Ayurvedic medicine in the country. We have about 220 enrolled students across all our locations. So it's currently one of the biggest Ayurvedic school in the country as such. And I'm happy to do this because it is something where I have done all my life. It is something where I feel this is my dharma, this is my mission, this is something which I feel has become my second nature. And it creates an immense amount of joy, because for me to spend my weekends with you guys and not to be with my family is not jarring or boring at all, because this is what I love to do, this is what I enjoy, and I love the interaction. It brings the best out of me. And what is really unique about this science is that there is a journey that you as a healer that you undertake, that you need to heal yourself, or you fix yourself first before you help others. And the real understanding of Ayurveda or any science or knowledge or philosophy is how much you can embrace it, how much you can embody it. And it is a challenge that which I have been doing for almost all my life, and it has brought me to hundreds and thousands of students and patients and clients and friends. I go around the country with good leading motivational speakers like Dr. Chopra, Tony Robbins, Wayne Dyer, and all these people. I go and talk about Ayurveda even from their stages also. So this is what I've been classically trained, this is what I do, this is what it helps for our educational platform. And this is most importantly to inspire you guys to actually come and start learning, because it is going to help you open up the doors of your own ignorance, which is something stuck and locked and blocked. It takes immense amount of guts, energy for you to face the difficulty and the dullness and the challenges that you are stuck somewhere, and it takes time to move on and take you at a level where you are able to see yourself better, and then you are going to help others. When you are in the airplane, one of the common recommendations is you put on your mask first before you help others, isn't it? And that's exactly what you should be doing when you are going to teach Ayurveda or guide them with Ayurvedic counseling to others. You need to do that yourself. You need to meet them where they are, and you have to lead them where they need to be. You can't be all